Good evening, everyone. We are learning more about that terrifying and deadly crash at this weekend's Dayton Air Show.
The National Transportation Safety Board has now wrapped up its on-site investigation into why this plane went down, killing a wing walker and her pilot. Alexandra Lewis begins our team coverage with what she's learned tonight. Alex?
Well, we just talked to the coroner's office, who says the official cause of death for Jane Wicker and Charlie Schwenker is multiple trauma resulting from the crash. Now, there's been a lot of new information released today, including the background check of both of these victims. Records show that both victims had a squeaky clean record. Neither of them were ever involved in accidents or even disciplined in the past. Now, air show officials tell us that while the investigator was here, he conducted interviews with dozens of members of the ground crew and FAA monitors who were working during the crash. The investigator spent a full day inside of the hangar examining the wreckage, and FAA officials have been collecting as much video as they possibly can from spectators and media. Officials are actually scheduled to come by our studios today and collect our weekend's coverage. Now that the investigation in Dayton is done, the investigation will really become a team effort back at headquarters.
Some of this he actually uses as a funnel point too, and they have specialized offices that do video analysis, etc. So he's kind of the gatekeeper of all of this information and forwarding it on to the appropriate, individuals.
Now, according to air show officials, this investigation, they're really under no time constraints. They need to make sure that everything is done as thoroughly as possible, and that's why we're looking at about at least 6 months until the cause of this crash is determined. That's the latest from Vandalia. Alexandra Lewis, Fox 45 News.
Alexandra, thank you. Fellow wing walkers who knew Jane Wicker remembered her, as well as her pilot, Charlie Schwenker.
When I watched the video and I see her waving to the very end, that's a true performer.
I flew with Charlie many times. Charlie flew this plane while I wing walked on this plane. And to be a wing walker, you have a mutual respect.
And if you would like to leave a comment of condolence for the families of Jane Wicker and Charlie Schwenker, you can go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/ABC22Dayton. And taking a look at a couple comments left on our Facebook page, Michael said, "So sad. Tragic accidents shock us all the time these days. It is never easy to hear that another one has happened. Prayers to go out to the families of both lost." And Lara adds, "Prayers for both of their families and friends. A tragic loss, such a dangerous job, but I know it was something they loved and knew the risks. May they rest in sweet peace."